Choose a love that stays consistent, faithful, and sincere through every season of life. In a world where feelings can easily change and promises are often broken, genuine commitment has become something truly valuable. Real love is not only about sweet words or beautiful moments, it is about showing up, staying loyal, and choosing the same person even during difficult times. Anyone can love when life is easy, but true love reveals itself through consistency and dedication. A strong relationship is built on reassurance and trust. Sometimes people carry fears of being abandoned, replaced, or forgotten because of past pain and disappointments. That is why it is important to love in a way that makes the other person feel safe, valued, and emotionally secure. Words become more meaningful when they are matched by actions that prove sincerity over time. Love also requires courage. Choosing to stay committed to someone means accepting vulnerability and uncertainty. There will be moments of misunderstanding, struggles, and emotional challenges, but lasting relationships survive because both people remain willing to protect the bond instead of giving up too easily. At the same time, loyalty should never mean losing yourself completely. Healthy love allows two people to grow together while still respecting each other's individuality. Commitment becomes beautiful when it is rooted in mutual respect, emotional maturity, and genuine care rather than fear of being alone. One of the greatest gifts you can offer someone is the assurance that they do not have to face life alone. Knowing that someone will stay beside you through joy, pain, success, and failure creates a kind of peace that temporary affection can never replace. So if you truly love someone, let your actions speak louder than your promises. Stay honest, stay consistent, and continue choosing them not only when it is convenient, but also when love requires patience, understanding, and effort. Believe in your worth, even when the world makes you question it. There will be moments in life when you doubt yourself, despite all the hard work, sacrifices, and effort you have given. You may wonder if what you are doing is enough, if your dreams are still worth chasing, or if someone else is simply better than you. These thoughts can slowly drain your confidence and make you feel lost between who you are and who you think you should become. But growth begins the moment you stop measuring your value based on other people's opinions. Not everyone will understand your journey, believe in your abilities, or appreciate your efforts, and that is completely okay. The people who doubt you do not define your future. Their disbelief should never become the reason you stop believing in yourself. Life is filled with uncertainty, especially when it comes to love, dreams, and personal choices. Sometimes we give our hearts to the wrong people, trust those who eventually leave, or chase paths that no longer bring us peace. Yet every mistake carries a lesson that helps us become wiser, stronger, and more aware of what we truly deserve. One of the most important things you can learn is self-love. Loving yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. When you value yourself, you stop begging for validation, stop settling for less than you deserve, and stop allowing temporary failures to define your identity. Self-love becomes your foundation during moments when life feels uncertain and heavy. Moving forward also requires courage. You cannot keep walking toward a better future while constantly looking back at past disappointments. Healing, growth, and success begin when you decide to take your next step with confidence, even if fear is still present. So from this moment on, trust yourself more. Continue growing, continue learning, and continue choosing your own peace and happiness. The world may doubt you at times, but never allow yourself to become one of those doubts. Choose truth over comfortable lies. There are moments when fear makes us avoid the truth because we know it might hurt us deeply. Sometimes, we would rather stay silent, pretend everything is fine, or hold on to someone even when our hearts already sense that something has changed. We convince ourselves that not knowing is easier than facing reality. But the longer we ignore the truth, the longer we delay our healing. Love should never leave you constantly anxious, confused, or afraid of being replaced. A relationship built on uncertainty slowly drains your peace of mind. It is painful to imagine losing someone you love, But it is even more painful to lose yourself while trying to hold on to someone who no longer feels the same way. Do not be afraid to face difficult truths. Pain may break your heart for a moment, but dishonesty breaks your spirit little by little. Real love is honest, reassuring, and transparent. If someone truly values you, they will not leave you questioning your worth or doubting your place in their life. At times, we become so attached to people that we choose denial over reality. We close our eyes because we are scared of what we might discover. But protecting yourself from temporary pain should never cost you your self-respect and inner peace. Healing begins when you stop running from the truth and start choosing yourself. Remember that your value does not decrease because someone changes their feelings. People may leave, feelings may fade, and relationships may end, but your worth will always remain. Learn to accept what is real, even when it hurts, because acceptance creates space for growth, healing, and a better future. So if life places you in a painful situation, have the courage to face it honestly. Temporary pain is easier to survive than a lifetime of pretending everything is okay. Learn to flow with life instead of fighting every uncertainty. Life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. No one truly knows what tomorrow will bring, and no matter how carefully we plan, there will always be moments that feel uncertain and out of control. Sometimes we spend too much time worrying about when success will come, when life will finally get better, or when our hard work will finally pay off. In doing so, we forget to appreciate the journey itself. There are days when life feels colorful and full of hope, and there are also days when everything feels heavy and unclear. That is part of being human. Success and failure, happiness and disappointment, gain and loss. These things come and go like the wind. A person may feel powerful today and broken tomorrow. That is why humility, patience, and gratitude are so important. Instead of comparing your timeline with others, focus on moving at your own pace. Everyone has their own season. Some people bloom early, while others take longer to grow into the person they are meant to become. Just because things are not happening now does not mean they will never happen for you. Life becomes lighter when you stop trying to control everything and start learning how to adapt. Trust that every challenge teaches something valuable. Trust that every delay has a purpose. And trust that even when life feels uncertain, you are still moving forward little by little. Do not lose hope during difficult seasons. Even storms eventually pass, and even the darkest nights are followed by morning. Continue working, continue believing, and continue living with an open heart. Your time will come when it is meant to. So whenever life feels confusing, breathe deeply and remind yourself that not everything needs to be figured out immediately. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is keep going and let life unfold naturally. Enjoy love, but never lose yourself in the process. Love can make life feel sweeter, lighter, and more exciting, like finding comfort in the middle of chaos. When you are with the right person, even ordinary moments become special. Late-night conversations, laughter over simple things, and the feeling of being understood can make you feel alive in ways you never expected. Love has the power to bring warmth into places within you that once felt empty. But while love can be beautiful, it is important not to become completely dependent on another person for your happiness. Sometimes we become so attached to someone that we forget who we were before they came into our lives. We begin to build our world around them, believing that we cannot function or feel complete without their presence. Healthy love should inspire growth, not emotional dependence. It should add joy to your life without becoming the only reason for your happiness. A strong relationship is built on mutual care, trust, communication, and individuality. Two people can deeply love each other while still maintaining their own identity, dreams, and peace of mind. It is also important to appreciate the small moments. Love is not always about grand gestures or dramatic romance. Sometimes, the strongest connections are built through simple conversations, shared silence, and the comfort of simply being together. Those quiet moments often become the memories that stay with us the longest. At the same time, remember to protect your emotional balance. Love should never consume you to the point where you forget your own worth or lose sight of your personal growth. Real love feels comforting, not suffocating. It brings peace, not constant fear of losing someone. So love deeply, enjoy the sweetness of connection, and treasure the people who make life feel brighter. But always remember that your happiness should never depend entirely on another person. The best kind of love is one that makes you feel whole without asking you to lose yourself.